And actually, you bring up a good point. That was gonna be my next question. You tapped on so many things about, it's been the District 1 being such a large district. It really is. The Congress seat is the largest district in District 1. And then also, not only that, you just touched on another part of that. Not only is it a large district to run in, it's also a lot of rural area down in there. So yes. So, you have the double things. It's so many things going on in that district. So yes. And so you're starting to tap on that, and you're so passionate about it, and you know what the people needs down there. So what is one of the biggest things that you see that is an immediate necessary of change in that area?
We need to work on education and economy. I used to think that education was important, but it's not just important, it's a necessity. See, there's a saying in King George, once you're from King George, if you don't leave King George to get your education, you never leave. Education opens the world. I'm glad my grandmother and my mother and my father and my grandfather, they all had this premise. If I was born in Westmoreland County and I went to school in Westmoreland County, I would never go anywhere. Because there is a difference in education. The fact that we as Black women are going to be educated less. Black men, even less. Education. We need to make sure we bring industry to the schools and bring the schools to industry. So that there's a cooperative so that we educate construction. I have a construction management degree. When you build it, that's yours. You see it. But majority of the people I run into don't know that construction jobs aren't just jobs outside in the heat and the snow and the rain. It's inside. Construction management. I've built airport control towers. I've worked on a satellite, the Hubble Space Telescope, the James Webb Space Telescope. That's all construction. And I want parents to understand, set that example. Tell your kids, I'll go to school. If it takes you to go to school for one semester at a community college to encourage your kids to go to school, go. Because you might find out you might love it. And you might actually bring more value to yourself. And it's a sad reality. In the first district, the average person does graduate from high school. But unfortunately, they don't go to college. Not everybody's meant to go to college. But trade schools we should have throughout the country in rural communities. Not everybody who lives in a rural community knows how to farm. And it's amazing. Because I'm going to be blunt. Not many Black folks want to go work on a farm after dealing with their ancestors and just a generation or two ago working as sharecroppers or as slaves on the very farms that they would end up working on as employees. I understand that. So we need to educate, definitely trade schools and cooperatives between large corporations and school systems to educate students and bring them up in a different way if they don't want to go to college. Because I just got my college bill. Oh my God.
So I was looking at the demographics distribution in your district, and there is about 70% urban, about 30% rural. And with that, because that's a rather large dynamic. Mm-hmm. How do you meet the needs of your constituents with that disparity?
When I first started running, I thought it was two different dynamics. It wasn't. In this district, transportation stops at Fairfax County. You might get a little up in northern, like around Woodbridge. You might get some in Prince William. You do get some in Prince William. You get a little bit in Fredericksburg. You get a little bit in James City. We have the VRE and the Amtrak coming right through the first district, but it's not accessible to the people, regardless of where they live in this district. If you don't live within walking distance of that train, you can't get to quality jobs. And if you do have a quality job, you're going to be paying a lot of money to take the VRE and the Amtrak up to DC to get that quality money. We have a very diverse district with the same problems. Broadband is just as bad in Prince William County as it is down in Gloucester. If you look at how this district is composed, it's rather unique. My platform was simple: an economy that works for everyone, making sure that you can afford education, housing, transportation, and retirement. It was about healthcare, making sure you get quality, accessible, affordable healthcare. Yeah, we want to do better than the ACA, for those who don't know, Obamacare. But the problem is it's not affordable, and it doesn't make sense if you don't have it. And back in 18, the same problem we had in 18, it's like, I'm glad, and people get upset with me, the individual mandate coming off was a bonus, but it hurt us. The bonus was this: if you lived in King George or Westmoreland County and the closest hospital was 45 minutes away and the closest doctor was even 45 minutes away as well, it was like having a car insurance with no car. And that was one of the things we found was throughout the whole district. In education, you know, we have to invest in our hometown heroes. We have to invest in our community. And that's where my platform boiled down to. You fix all this, you fix all that. It's a hand-in-hand situation.
Wow, thank you for that. So now, Vangie, going into the general election, we got to go into the general election. So what now? What next? What is next for Vangie and her campaign? Do you support the Democratic Party now, or are you just at a standstill? Just what is your position now going into the general election in November?
Well, I think, this district is very Trumpish. And I have had to explain to people, Trump is the president. Yes, he carries that title, and he has done things that are questionably the worst. It's the worst. Having the Democratic Party, we are the party of care. And I get really upset when I hear people call the Democratic Party socialist. I want the Democratic Party to come up with a platform that makes sense to people, not just policies, not just the blue tsunami, what have you. Understand that there are people in critical need, and the reason why they only know about what they know is because of what they've heard. The Democratic Party has to do better at advertising. Don't count on your candidates to advertise a primary for the state, because in many cases, my district is not a very, very wealthy district. So $5 to some people who are only making, minimum wage is equivalent to someone who's donating $200 when they make $200,000 a year. We have to be really careful and focus the Democratic Party on the people. I'm disappointed with the Democratic Party because it lacks diversity still. Not only is it still not very acceptable to women, especially Black women, but it's like Black women, Hispanic women, Asian women. I ran this year, there were three women of color in the primary. And we all were talking, and we felt that the Democratic Party did not aid us. But we understood. We have to do better. I think going forward, my aim is to support Mark Warner and Joe Biden and making sure we get as many votes out of the first district as possible. I am supporting my my Democratic nominee for the first district. I don't agree with some of the things that are said and done from his camp, and I think a lot of people know that. But it's not that he's doing something bad. I just think to reach the people, you have to go where the people are. And a lot of the people who are in this district aren't hearing it. So I'm a little bit worried about this election. So I think the Democratic Party needs to be better at helping, especially with rural communities that don't have broadband, in getting the message out.
Wow, I totally agree. Well, we are going to take our first break. We are here with the dynamic Vangie Williams. You are listening to V&P Inspiring Our Community podcast, and we will be right back.
Feature your business with a full or half-page ad in an upcoming issue of Vision and Purpose Lifestyle Magazine. Advertise your business, book, or event and reach potential clients. Vision and Purpose Lifestyle Magazine covers and features stories in business and entrepreneurship, education, performing arts, sports, community outreach, fashion, travel and real estate, health and wellness, and more. Contact us at info@vnpmagazine.com, or you can reach out to our Director of Sales, Ms. Karen McConnell-Jones, at 202-904-1000. Vision and Purpose, inspiring our community.
Welcome back to Inspiring Our Community podcast. And Sharon, oh my gosh, we are just having a thrill time with our guest. Yes, Miss Vangie Williams. And I am just so delighted and just always being informed, even though that your full article is released on yesterday, I am still getting an educational lesson today. And I just want to go on that tippy toe side for a minute, as I like to call it. Let's talk about just that district. Everybody always say this. It's known in our political world and as your constituents in the area that District 1 is a very conservative district. And it's a Republican district. And it's very hard for a Democrat to win in that district. And not only that, we do look in account and take in accountability of nationality, your race. So do you even think that plays a big part in that district? Or how can we see purpose and not nationality, not race or woman, man, black, white, and see the better person for the purpose that needs to be done in that district?
That's a dynamic question, but so my family has been in this district since 1649. We came over just 30 years shy, just 30 years after the first slave, Angela, came to the United States or to Jamestown. My family has, and it's an ongoing joke throughout every venue we've ever been in, that I'm related to at least 2 or 3 people everywhere we go. I am related to more. Okay, here we go. I'm related to Jefferson Davis. Yes, that Jefferson Davis from Jefferson Davis Highway. I'm related to George Washington, Robert E. Lee. I'm related to stars that who always joke about who they're related to in Virginia. I'm not related to Thomas Jefferson. Go figure, right? But the funniest part about it is when I say I'm a from here and not a come here, that means that our family have been in this part of the country. We are part of the founding of this country. It's unmistakable. This district is very conservative. And you have people on the liberal side who want to make it as liberal as Northern Virginia or Norfolk or or Richmond. It's not.